Miami leading by 10. Hunter, no one around him. No good on the triple. Turner with it, and it's Trent picking him up. In close, he hits it.
And he is a load inside. Turner can back anybody down to get to his sweet spot.
Pass to post. Heat moving the ball around. Trent can't hit. 1:11 left in the first. Hero. Batum grabs the miss. Fox goes in. Trent outside. Here's Batum. Outside, Fox. Just 4 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off. Miami no good on that time either.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the middle. Turner. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Hard to stop Turner in close. As soon as he has prime positioning, he is going for the slam.
A shot by Batum, no good. Out to Turner. Pass to Isaac. And it's Miami with the rebound. Fox feeling it out a bit. Isaac with the steal. And so it's Miami with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percent. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
Pass to Collier. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. The Heat leading by 6. Here's Banchero. Makes it off the glass. Banchero's got his third basket of the night right there.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. And the layup's good off the glass. And now a 10-point Heat lead.
Well, he's got no problems getting inside if there's that kind of room available. Dante with 2.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic Superstar says it's like anything in life. It's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin, but you just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. PA thanks. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. And Turner throws it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Connects from three-point range. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 13 now for the Heat. One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're gonna grind it out.
This team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big three, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
Here's Butler. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Capella.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. Shot clock at 6. The three for DiVincenzo. Here's Banchero. Can't hit the short-range fadeaway. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Banchero with the screen. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Miami.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. For the three. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Back to Fox. Batum wide open. He fires. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Batum's got himself on the board with 3 there. Here's Turner. The rebound by Post.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Well, the more Fox does that, the more he's going to be looked at like a leader.
Fox with the steal. Pass to Post. Outside Curry. Here's Fox. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. You know, Brent, De'Aaron Fox, I mean, how do you cover him?
Well, Kevin, the first thing I do is ask for help. I keep my other defenders aware that I'm not going to slow this guy down at any point. So try to get him to his offhand, which is his right hand, and then make sure that he's taking more shots and not being in transition, because that's where De'Aaron Fox is at his best.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Out left to the wing. Outside Curry. Back to Fox. Clock at 6. Pass to Post. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Post has got 7 points in the game.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Here's Fox. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Inside. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. He's got 8.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
Now Fox. 10 points for him. Takes it inside. That one drops for him.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it's the Miami Heat holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Brent, one thing we've seen these days, 3-point variance. Can you explain it?
Well, Kevin, who's hot and who's not? That's basically what it comes down to. Look, coaches are going to have strategies against teams. A lot of teams are taking a lot more threes, but on a night where they are knocking down shots that you're willing to live with, that's when you just tip the cap, take the loss, and move on.
Fox. The rebound by Turner. Here's Hero. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
In a flash, Tyler Hero makes his way to the inside. Nice use of his athleticism.
Here's Fox. Pass to post. Bay with it. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Out to Turner. Takes a 3. Drops in the tray.
Timeout.
Turner's got 9.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to talk to his guys. And the Heat with some changes. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Pass to Capella. Up top, DiVincenzo. 7 points in the game. The shake. Good ball movement here by Miami. Here's Banchero. Capella. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Heat leading by 16. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, guys, last season, a full 14 teams finished with between 46 and 51 wins, with plenty of teams in the picture. Adam Silver is thrilled with the level of competition. He says, I think what fans ultimately want is to see great competition across the league. Kevin, it's certainly fun to watch.
It is, David. Bring it on, I say. The more, the better. Chalk up 2 there. 11 points in the game.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Screen by Capella. To the inside. And the dunk by Capella.
That's where Capella's so dangerous. He slips off those screens and is such a big target to finish.
Down low. It's stolen by Banchero. And now the pass break. Banchero with the ball.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
To the middle. Here's Butler. It's hauled in by the Heat. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Knocks it loose. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team foul. Substitution.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Pass to man. Here's Bassett. From outside, off the mark. Banchero with the ball. 8 points for him. Plays it up and banks it in. Banchero's got 10.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
All right, come on, it's loud for your breaker gets through.
There's 1:59 left here in the third quarter. To the wing right side. It's tipped. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
There's a minute 47 left in the third. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Which loudest section wants a t-shirt? Home team dancers.
1:44 left in the third quarter. The Heat leading by 20. Crosses over. There's the drive. He takes it up and lays it in. Fox has got 14 points for the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Known for being a scorer, Herter is good at staying active and then looking to capitalize inside.
Here's Fox. 14 points for him. The rebound by Champagnie. Here's Bassett. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man. And he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
outside Fox. Batum for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
3 points.
Batum's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Batum with no hesitation that time. Coaches encouraging him to shoot that one.
Back to Herter. Pass to Champagny. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fox with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup. He's got 16.
Fox just a blur in transition.
Here's Champagny. Nothing on the board. There's the three. Cans it from downtown.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And so it's Miami holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The Heat leading by 22. Here's Fox. It's rebounded by Herter. And here's the break. Here's Turner. That ball is good for another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Pass to Hunter. Back to Fox. He gets that one.
De'Aaron Fox.
Fox has got 20.
Continuing to expand his offensive game. Fox, a potent scorer, and will fill it up in a hurry.
Gets it to fall. The bucket from Herter.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation.
Heat ball.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Heat.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Nicholas Batum.
Tough matchup here, and Fox has it going right now. The lefty getting some room and making it happen.
It's good.
Now, that's a needle in the haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Here's Fox. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
First team foul.
Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
Inside, here's Hero.
And DiVincenzo just smothering the shooter that time.
And a missed layup. And it's sent back by Turner. Here's the break. Pulls up for three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Here's Banchero. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
First personal foul.
And on paper,
Second
Paolo
team foul.
Banchero has so many appealing
At the
attributes.
line for the Heat.
His size, build, the ability to find shots. You can easily see why scouts were enamored with this guy as a prospect. And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Sinks the triple.
You have to be mindful of Hero's range. He can absolutely burn you from outside.
It's Fox with the drive. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. 6 to shoot. Here's Post. Cans the shot from the wing.
Assistant.
And the Heat lead by 18.
Dante DiVincenzo with a real nice team first play.
Third personal
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Out to Turner. Herter on the wing. Off target from outside. And it's Fox with the ball for the Heat. Hunter on the wing. Pass to DiVincenzo. A three-pointer off the mark. The tray. Rejected by Banchero. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Banchero. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Back to Hero. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Paolo Banchero.
Well, it's one thing to stay balanced, but you really have to stay concentrated. That's a tough bucket by Tyler Hero.
Kicks it out to Banchero. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Banchero's got 4 points this quarter.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
That one good for 2.
Butler attacking in close. Such a gifted scorer.
The Heat leading by 17. Here's Fox. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Butler. Fox with the steal. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Fox has got 26 points. Outside Turner. The 3. The rebound by Post. 1:32 left in the fourth.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Heat.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for De'Aaron Fox.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Takes the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Miami controlling the game. Outside, Fox. Fires the 3. Trains the three-pointer. Fox has got 31 points.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And here's Banchero. 5 to shoot. Pass to Post. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Checking in for your home team, Charles Bessie, Jonathan Isaacs, Terrence Mann, Isaiah Collier.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just